teachers of the world, working through a recruitment agency to teach English in Thailand. Okay? I want to touch on a few key points as to how these businesses operate. I used to manage a language centre, and part of our business was to hire teachers. So we weren't actually an agency, but the language academy that I work for did work with a bunch of schools in the area, and they wanted teachers because it's really hard to find good teachers. Yeah, it's really hard. So let me explain how the business model works, okay? Some schools don't want to work directly with teachers. They don't want to do the visas, they don't want to manage the teacher, they want a company to take care of everything, okay? So the school pays the agency some money. Regardless of what it is, you know, it can vary from school to school. But of course, the money they pay is slightly higher than what you would have to pay the teacher because you're a business and businesses need to make a profit. Yes. But the problem is, sometimes when you bring a teacher over to Thailand, you pick them up at the airport, you put them in a hotel, you take them to dinner, you give them some training, some cultural training, you show them around, you find them a place to live, you get them a motorbike, you take them to the school, you help them to settle in, and they literally get their feet under the table, and suddenly they start to figure out how things work, and suddenly they realise that the school is paying the company a little bit more than what they're paying, and on occasion certain individuals might say, "You're stealing my salary." Sorry? I want a bigger piece of the pie. The pie? What pie? Pumpkin pie? Unbelievable. They forget all of the stuff that you've done. They forget that the school doesn't want them to work for the school. But they still attempt to steal your business, which puts you in a really difficult position because you've lost that loyalty. It's a great shame, but you know, it happens. It's a small percentage, but every time it happened, it used to steal a little piece of my soul because you tried to do the right thing. But anyway, I hope that helps you to understand how the business works. So if you do work for an agency, stick to your word. If you're not happy, hand your notice in and find another school. Simple as that. All right? Be good, and I'll see you in the next video. Any comments, please comment below, and check out my website if you need some coaching. Boom!